Good day, Professor. I'm Arnel Adora, and I'm from section ITS122L FOPM01, and I'm here to present to you my project proposal for Barangay Information System for Barangay San Jose, Area 6, Phase 1A in Rodriguez Montalban, Rizal. Before we dive into the technical architecture, I want to talk about the why behind this project. We are looking at Barangay San Jose Area 6, Phase 1A in Rodriguez Rizal, like many local government units in the Philippines. Our barangay currently operates on a traditional paper based workflow. While this has worked for years, it is no longer sustainable for a growing community. Imagine being a resident who needs a simple certificate of indigency for medical assistance, but you have to walk to the hall multiple times just to check if the captain has assigned it. Or imagine a critical storm warning failing to reach a family because the paper notice on the bulletin board gets soaked in the rain. That is the gap this barangay information system bridges. This isn't just a website. It's a digital transformation of our local governance. By migrating from physical logs to a centralized, secure database, we are moving from a reactive office to a proactive service provider. We are improving business processes in four major ways. First, efficiency. We are slashing document processing times by at least 50% through automated templates. Second, transparency. Residents no longer have to guess. They can track their request in real time from their own phones. Third, data integrity. We are we are replacing fragile paper records with a secure MySQL database protected by crypt encryption. And finally, accessibility. Our mobile responsive design ensures that every resident, even those on limited data, can access their government. Now, moving on to the problem statement, why are we building this? Currently, Barangay San Jose operates under a legacy system, which is just a polite way of saying everything is on paper. This creates four major hurdles. First is verification. When a resident comes in, the staff has to manually find their folder. This isn't just slow, it's prone to human error. Second is communication. If there is a sudden water service interruption in Area 6, the barangay posts a paper on a wall. But if you aren't at the hall, you don't see it. The message effectively dies on that bulletin board. Third, the document loop. Residents have to walk to the hall to request a clearance, then walk back days later just to check if it's done. There is no transparency. And finally, data safety. Paper doesn't have a backup. If those physical files are damaged, the history of records of our residents are lost forever. These aren't just inconveniences, they are barriers to effective governance. My proposed system eliminates these bottlenecks by moving the entire workflow into a secure digital environment. With those problems in mind, my objectives are clear and focused on the residents' needs. My primary goal is to build a digital gateway for Barangay San Jose Area 6 that effectively kills the waiting game for services. Specifically, I aim to automate our certifications like clearances and indigency to cut down manual labor by half. We are also moving every single resident record into a secure MySQL database so that data loss becomes a thing of the past. One feature I am particularly proud of is the transparency in our cash basis payment system. By generating unique reference numbers, we are ensuring every peso is tracked and residents have a clear paper trail for their transactions at payment centers. And finally, this project isn't just a local tool, it is a step toward global standards. By addressing UN SDG 9, we are using innovation to upgrade our infrastructure. And under SDG 11, we are making our community more sustainable and better informed through technology. Now, let's look at the actual scope of how we will achieve this. Now, let's get into the meat of the system, the functional requirements. This is what defines the user experience for both our barangay staff and our residents. For our administrators, the system provides a high level command center. They can manage the entire resident registry, verify new registrations, and most importantly, oversee the document pipeline. We've also included a broadcaster tool so they can push announcement instantly. For the residents, we have a self-service approach. They can log in, update their own profiles to keep data accurate, and request documents like a barangay clearance without having to go to the hall first. A critical part of our scope is the document and physical workflow. We've integrated a cache basis system that generates unique reference numbers. This allows residents to pay at the hall or a storefront payment center and have their status updated to paid in the database immediately. And finally, our tracking system ensures that no resident is left in the dark. They see exactly when their documents is ready for pickup. While the functional requirements define what the system does, the non functional requirements define how it performs under real world conditions. First and foremost is security. We aren't just storing names, we are storing lives. This is why we implemented bicrypt password hashing and strict role based sessions to ensure that resident data is never compromised. Next is usability. We know our community has residents of all ages. The UI is designed to be clean and intuitive so that even a non-tech savvy resident can request a document without confusion. Because most residents in Barangay San Jose use smartphones, mobile responsiveness was a non-negotiable standard. Whether you are on a laptop or a mobile phone using Piso Wi-Fi, the system remains fast and compatible. Finally, we focused on scalability. Our database is built to grow as the population of Area 6 grows, ensuring that the system's performance remains high and its reliability stays at 100% for years to come. Moving on to the technical architecture, here is the entity relationship diagram that serves as the backbone of the system. To ensure data integrity, we implemented a centralized logged in and authentication entity as the primary gateway. N- This diagram represents the business logic of our community workflow. The administrator entity act as the central controller with a one-to-many relationship to residents, allowing for centralized management of the entire community directory. Document request logic, you will notice a one-to-many relationship between residents and request. This allows a single resident to historically track various applications, such as their clearance and indigency certificates. Transactional flow. The admin updates this request through a status driven lifecycle. As seen in our database schema, we've included specific columns for price and reference numbers to support our cash basis payment system. Communication. The one to many link between admins and announcements ensures that the leadership can broadcast numerous, uh, numerous updates while maintaining a clear audit trail of who posted what and when. Security and profiles. Finally, every resident has a one to one relationship with their profile, allowing them to maintain their own demographic data like contact numbers and birth dates without compromising the primary authentication table. To prove the technical integrity of this project, we are looking at our actual backend implementation. As you can see in this PHP My Admin screenshots, we have already successfully migrated our local data into a structured MySQL database. Notice the password column in our users table. We are using bicrypt hashing to ensure that even if the database were compromised, residents' credentials remain unreadable. We have also successfully implemented a relational structure where every resident's profile is linked to their unique system ID, ensuring data consistency across all modules. Moving on to the systems architecture, our sitemap is strategically split into two primary navigation paths. It starts with a unified landing page for authentication, which then branches into the admin portal and resident portal. For residents, the focus is on service accessibility, allowing them to jump straight to document requests or community announcements. For the administrators, the hierarchy is to build for management, providing quick access to the resident database and request processing. This clean separation ensures that users only see the tools relevant to their specific roles, enhancing both security and usability. The resident portal is designed for maximum efficiency. Upon logging in, residents are greeted by a personalized dashboard showing a summary of their total request and any announcements from the Pamunuan. The core feature is our digital request form where residents can apply for clearances or indigency certificates with just a few clicks. Instead of traveling to the hall to check for updates, they can simply check their My Request tab to see real time status changes and read specific notes left by the admin. On the administrative side, we provide a command center for the barangay staff. The admin dashboard offers an at a glance view of the community, showing the number of registered residents and the volume of pending requests. Admins have full CRUD authority to manage resident records and a dedicated tool to broadcast announcements. This replaces the manual bulletin board, allowing the staff to reach the entire community instantly, whether alerts or office scheduled notices. Also, for additional screenshots for admin and for resident features, I attach all of it in my project proposal. A unique highlight of this system is our cash basis payment integration. We understand the local context of Rodriguez Rizal, where cash is king. The system generates a unique reference number for every paid document. As shown in our database logs, we track the payment status as unpaid, paid, or waived. This allows residents to pay at the barangay hall or storefront payment centers with the admin simply updating the status in the back end once the cash transaction is verified. In conclusion, the Barangay Information System is more than just a coding project. It is a solution to the real world bottlenecks found in our local government unit. By digitizing these processes, we are achieving three major things for our community. First, we are saving time. We are cutting down the waiting game for documents by 50% through our automated pipeline. Second, we are saving data. We are moving away from fragile paper records that can be lost or destroyed. and moving into a secure, scalable MySQL database. And finally, we are saving lives by ensuring that critical emergency announcements reach every resident's phone instantly through our digital feed. We are creating a safer and better informed Barangay San Jose. This, this system empowers our local leaders to lead with data and allows our residents to access their government with the respect and efficiency they deserve. This, this project proves that even at the local barangay level, technology can bridge the gap between people and progress. Thank you, Professor, for your time and guidance throughout this laboratory. I am now open to your questions and feedback on the Barangay Information System. Thank you so much.